am Rachel, and I am the author behind the Cactus Who Craved a Hamburger and Other Stories. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the background behind my book and answer some questions about how this story came to be. So the first question I want to answer is the question, what was your motivation for writing this book? And there's a couple elements to that motivation. First of all, this is a very silly story. It's not really meant to be taken very seriously. I am not trying to provide any commentary on modern society. The reason I wrote this story was because one day I was cleaning my house. I have little cactuses. And I was thinking, what if somebody said to a little cactus, I'm a vegan, and then the cactus went, because it would be scary to a cactus if you were a vegan, right? Because then you only eat plants, and cactuses are plants. So for some reason I had that little scene in my mind, and then from there I decided to write a story including that sign just to read to my little sisters. And they really liked the story and they wanted more stories about the same characters, so I continued writing a few stories. And then I got the idea to try and illustrate these stories, and kind of as the whole book came together, I realized that this book is, in some sense, my love letter to Malaysia. It's describing what a little home, a little apartment in peninsular Malaysia is like, and how the creatures of the rainforest, the chichaks and the monkeys and the cockroaches and even snakes and rats and all these animals don't stay very far away from where we live. They tend to come pretty close into our personal living quarters. And the story really shows that. So this story is motivated by my love for Malaysia and my love for telling a silly story. Another question. This question is, who am I more like? The main character Ty or the main character Red? And I would have to answer this question by saying both. Because I'm very much like Ty in my passion and enthusiasm for life and for adventure, and also the fact that I take food very, very seriously and I really like to eat. But I'm also like Red in being a little bit more cynical, a little bit more sarcastic, and so I can relate to his more world-weary character quite a bit as well. And another question. Why the Hamburger Obsession? And this question I don't really know the answer to. I basically don't eat hamburgers. I don't really like hamburgers. My ideal diet is bread and vegetables and fruit and potatoes. I like carbs. I don't really like meat all that much, but Angel really, really likes hamburgers. So maybe that's who I got the idea from, was Angel is always craving a hamburger at random times when you can't get a hamburger. So maybe I based that food craving on Angel a little bit. What is my favorite part of the book? My favorite part, not so much a part of the story, I have many favorite scenes, but my favorite part of the book itself is the sort of Easter eggs that are hidden throughout the illustrations. Definitely when you look at the book, take the time to look at the background of the illustrations in various details, and especially the text details in the images. I included kind of a lot of jokes or little details about Malaysia, and I tried to make the illustrations really worth looking at. So that's probably my favorite part. Like, especially read the ingredients list on the box of cornflakes, because that ingredients list is awesome. And another question is, what should readers do if they love this book? And I will say, if you don't love this book, I'm not sure what you should do. but I'm sorry. But if you do love this book, what I would encourage you to do is let other people know about it, let other people know what you've learned about Malaysia. And one thing that you can do is post about the book on Instagram, a selfie of yourself with the book or the book in any sort of odd place. I'd love to see this book all over the world, in train stations and schools and let's see, buses, church, all sorts of places, probably much more odd places than that. What would be an odd place? The grocery store, the beach. I'd love to see this book in many places, and please use the hashtag #WhereIsTy_the_Cactus, and I will be trying to find those pictures on Instagram, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing my little Ty all over the place. And the last question I will address today is, will there be more stories about Ty in the future? And that is yet to be determined. I can pretty much guarantee there will be more stories about Ty, as I already have a few plots partially worked out, and my little sisters, who I initially wrote the stories for, are already asking for more stories. But I guess I'll wait and see if I decide to really take it into publishing a second volume of stories about Ty or not. But we'll see. Never say never. Maybe a year from now there will be another book about Ty. Could happen. We'll see what adventures the next year or so will hold. But thank you for listening to all of the questions. I really, really love this book. I'm very excited about it. If you can't tell, yes, I'm very excited. I want to jump up and down, all that stuff. But then I would be off of the camera screen, so I probably shouldn't do that. But thank you for your interest in The Cactus Who Craved a Hamburger. You can buy it on Amazon or through CreateSpace. And I'm excited to hear what you think about it. So please, if you do buy it, please leave a review on Amazon, or you can also email me personally or contact me through the blog, and I am very happy to hear what you have to say. Thank you very much. Bye.